trying to find somewhere quiet because it's a really busy airport at the moment. But yeah, we'll be on the flight in about 15 minutes. Boarding is just about to start, so we're going to head down to the gate and catch you in Amsterdam. So made it to Amsterdam and found a nice quiet area of the airport, and yeah, just wanted to sort of check in. Our flight's 15 minutes delayed, so be a good time to kind of intro, I guess, properly. Obviously we left Newcastle this morning. The flight was about 9:15 a.m. sorry, and nice smooth journey, and then this is the next one, which I think is about 9 hours or so. So I'm hoping to get a little bit of rest and maybe watch a couple of movies or something. The nerves haven't fully kicked in yet. It's becoming a little bit more real, obviously, being on the way there. Difficult to leave Jenny and the kids for a week, especially as I know they'd be having fun if they were able to come with me. This is the first time I've done a Run Disney event where no one's been with me at all. I've always had at least like my dad or Fiona or Jenny and the kids, and everyone really. So this is the first one on my own, but because of listening to the Rise and Run podcast and being part of the Facebook groups, then I now know a few people through it, so I'm going to be meeting up with a few friends when I'm out there as well. Hopefully make some new ones as well, and just looking forward to getting out there now. It'd be interesting to see what the temperature actually is like, because there's been a lot of talk about how cold it's going to be, and yeah, just that'll be an interesting one, because I've only ever been to Florida when it's been pretty warm. Last February's one, if you watch the videos, they're a little bit cold, but this is expected to be very cold because America's currently getting hit by some Arctic vortex or something. So yeah, Florida in the winter. Let's see what it's about. I'm going to see what time we get to the hotel, because we're due in about 5:30 in the afternoon into Orlando International. Then take a little bit of time to get across to All-Star Music, where it'll be the home for the next week. Check in, get to the room, and then we'll see what time it is, and maybe we'll head out to a park. I think there's a couple of people maybe heading across to the Polynesian, so we'll see if we can see some fireworks or something to end a long day. But tomorrow is Expo day and picking up race bibs, etc. So it's going to be a busy one. Hey everyone, so I finally made it into the hotel room. It's been a long day. If you go off local time, I've been travelling since 1 a.m. And it's now 7:25. So it's the wait in Orlando International Airport was about an hour and a half just to get through the clear customs. So yeah, I think I timed it about like 95 minutes to get through that. But I made it into the hotel room, and I've been to All-Star Music a lot. I think you might have even seen them on one of the past videos. But this is the first time I've ever stayed in the Broadway section. So there's different sections to the hotel, or sorry, the resort, and they're each themed after different kind of music, whether it's like country or rock or calypso, but this is the one I've never stayed at before, so I can cross it off the list and completed All-Star Music. We'll give you a quick tour. There's not much to it. All-Star Music, and all the other All-Stars are actually part of the value resorts, so let me just mute that. Yeah, it's nice to have a welcome on the TV screen, but this is the room I was staying in for the next week. You can see this would pull down to be a second bed, but as it's just me, I'll just be using the table and the extra space rather than having the bed down, because it does kind of impact how much room you have. Obviously my bed. Through here you've got into the bathroom. I'm just trying to find the lights on the outside normally, I think. But yeah, you can shut over the door and things like that. So I'm just trying to find where the light switch is. I know I'm tired, but it's probably on the inside. There we go, bit of more light, but plenty of place to hang stuff. might set out my different running outfits for the next few days. Obviously tomorrow's the Expo, so I don't need to wear it too much, but a shower with a tub, which might come useful after the marathon. But yeah, it's just me, so there's plenty of space for me. That's why I went for the value. I don't really see the point in going for anything else at this point. But I'm just looking at that bed, just thinking how much I want to get into that bed right now. But I'm going to go try and get something to eat, and then have a little bit of a stretch to the legs, really tire myself out, and then I'll be up in the morning to join that virtual queue, and that will be getting my place for the merchandise side of the Expo. But yeah, I'm going to get some food and probably fall asleep watching some sort of movie, whatever's on. But it's good to be back. It's good to be back in my second home. I make a joke that this is the place I've stayed the most outside of my own house. When it comes to the last sort of 10 years or so. We have no problems. We've never had any issues with staying at All Star Music. It's one of our favourites. So we do have plans to branch out at some point, maybe later in the year on the family holiday. But for now, it gives me everyone I want. I just want a bed, somewhere to put my stuff. Perfect. So save some money rather than go somewhere else. Get some free dining, even with the value resort at the moment when I booked it. So it's one free quick service meal, but obviously it's all part of the price that you pay. But yeah, looking forward to getting some to eat, and I will see you in the morning. Morning, everyone. It is just before 9:30 on Expo Day. And I've been up a little while already because you have to join a virtual queue to get into the merch section of the Expo. And as luck would have it, I managed to get on bang on time and got group 7, which I think is the lowest group I've ever had before. So I've got to shake a leg and get across to ESPN Wide World of Sports, whatever it's called, to pick up everything and to go have a look around the merch that they're going to have on sale. So I'll take you around. We'll have a look through anything that they've got on sale, and we'll show you how it works. If you've never run Disney before, it's a little bit different to how you do it in the UK. A lot of the time, obviously, you get your bib number sent out in the post, but here they have a nice big event. You can go see some retailers and basically have a good peruse, meet up with some friends, which is what I'm planning to do. And yeah, go pick up some merchandise as well. So it's a big thing in itself today. Not obviously no sort of physical activity in terms of running or any extra walking. So I'm hoping afterwards I might get to one of the parks and start to do the secret challenges, which I'll explain on a different video. But yeah, really excited to get going. Feels like it's actually happening now. So let's go pick up the race bibs. Let's go make it official. Let's go get those t-shirts. Yeah, really excited. Let's get across to ESPN. Expo days generally split up into 3 different sections, all taking place at ESPN. And the first section I went to on this particular day was the memorabilia, the merchandise section of the Expo, which has its own different arena. The crazy thing to us across in England, for anyone who might be watching this in America, is that these are the size arenas that we would generally have to watch concerts in and go to gigs, etc. So the fact that this whole arena is just being used for merchandise is kind of still mind-blowing for me, even though I've done this a few times. As you can see, it's busy in the merchandise section. You have to join a virtual queue, and when your queue is called, it's your time to go in. Luckily, I got a very early group, I should say, as I said earlier on. But there's so much merchandise, and people are just grabbing things off the rails. You can see there was marathon weekend, sort of general merchandise, and then you see the Dopey stuff, which is always the most popular. So people were hanging around the Dopey section. It seemed a lot of the cast members who were involved, the team that were kind of replenishing stock, were also moving things around as well. I'm not sure if that was more to do with trying to make sure there's things for the next couple of days, but the Dopey merchandise is always one that is very quick to fly off the shelves and probably the quickest to sell out as well. So there's everything from t-shirts, vests, pins, magnets, hats, cups, mugs, you name it. And Disney's obviously very savvy when it comes to putting out merchandise. I think some of the better stuff this particular weekend was the generic marathon merchandise. I also really liked the weekend jackets, the 10k, the 5k. They all have different themes, as you'll see from when we go through the different videos for the next couple of weeks. You've got the chipmunks on the 10k, Pluto on the 5k. You've got all the way through to everything. Basically, all the original classic Disney characters are there. And then after the merchandise, we moved on to go collect the bibs, which is in a completely different arena. And the queue was massive. It was just a big queuing day. We go through a baseball stadium that they have at ESPN, all the way through to, as you say, State Farm Fieldhouse, where you collect your bibs. But yeah, this is certainly not one for people who don't like to stand around for a long time. There are queues for everything, queues to get into the merchandise, queues to pick up your bib, queues you'll see in a couple of minutes to go pick up your race shirts as well. So if you are waiting for anything, maybe leave it till later in the day if you don't want to stand around in queues for too long. Depends what you're after, but certainly be careful. You will be queuing a long time.
So it's a bit quieter in here, but we've just been in lines for the last part, so there hasn't been really any point in filming anything. But we've just picked up the bibs, got both of them. You get two between the 4 races, so you wear one for the 5k and the 10k, and then one for the half and the full. This is where you find out where your corral is as well. So strangely, I've been sort of split between two. Obviously, there's more people in certain races, so I'm in corral D for the 5k and 10k, and then corral C for the half and full. Which, to be honest, the way around it is probably the better one, because the further you are away from the back, the further you are away from being pulled off the course. If you obviously, I looked at the time, but that should give me a massive buffer. I shouldn't be anywhere near it with the pace I've been running, but obviously you never know what happens over the course of the weekend, so any advantage I'm going to take it. So that's another of the buildings checked off. Next one we've got to go to is for the t-shirt pickup. So I can see there's a massive queue that goes through like the sports field as well, so we're going to head there now, pick them up, and then we have done everything, but I'll show you a bit more when we get back to the hotel.
The last place that you have to go for Expo, or depending on what order you're doing it in, is to go collect your race shirts. And this is done in the actual sort of Expo area, where there's a lot of different vendors where you can buy different things. It's all running themed, but you can see there's like the shocks for your headphones. You see a lot of the sort of massage guns, the sort of the compression leg sleeves that you can buy as well, all the way through to buying hair clips and things for running in, like running skirts and socks. If there's anything that you're looking for and you've maybe forgotten it last minute, don't panic. There's pretty much anything you could want you could pick up here. Race fuel, I picked up myself a few of the the honey stinger waffles, you can get any sort of goos, energy gels, etc. They're all here. But the main reason why people come to this particular hall is to pick up those race shirts. So whatever race you're doing, your race bib has a part at the top where you can tear it off, you hand it in, and then they'll hand over your size that you read when you registered, that you told them you were, and you'll get a bag with the t-shirts in. So if you're doing Dopey, you get the 5k, the 10k, the half, the full marathon, and then you also get the Goofy and the Dopey t-shirts as well. So generally speaking, for the marathon, the long sleeve shirts are the ones that you get the marathon, and I think Princess as well, whereas you get short sleeves at the other weekends that Disney offer. But there's lots to do in this section. There's as there are in every single arena that they have, there's photo opportunities, whether it be with characters or whether it be with particular things like the big distance numbers that you can see as well, all the way through to these medals that you can have a look at and touch if you want. Some people are a little bit too superstitious to do this, but I wanted to have a look at the springtime surprise medals as well, because I am currently signed up to do that one as well, so hoping to be back across in April where there's some great themed ones. But yeah, you can check out the medals, check out the maps. These are all in this particular section where you pick up your t-shirts.
So that was the Expo, and now I'm on my way to meet a couple of friends, or a few friends in Epcot. So I'm going to start opening up the envelopes. So if you want to see what that's about, keep an eye out for the mystery challenge that I'll be putting up, where I'll be opening up different envelopes that I have no idea what challenge is in them. There's people from different running groups, and my family and friends have submitted them, so I haven't seen them. My wife Jenny wrote them all down, so she is going to be the one who lets me know. Well, when I open them, I'll see whether she's left the good ones in. I'm sure she will have done, but she's very excited about some of them, so that means I'm going to be very excited about them. So I'm going to leave this video there and tease the next one, but I'm not sure what order they'll be coming out in. But I hope you enjoyed learning a bit more about the Expo. As you can see, it's very, very busy. I heard a lot of people saying it's probably the busiest one they've ever seen in terms of some of the queues that wrapped around the buildings or anything like that. So yeah, that's the Expo all done, and we are going to crack on with the rest of the videos, which will be the 5k, then there'll be a video for the 10k, then the half, and then the full, and of course look out for that challenge video as well. I'm not sure if I'll do anything other than that for now, but I hope you enjoyed this one, and I'll see you for the 5k.